A new tank? What is this, Christmas? No, even better. This is Fishmas. Got me a new rimless tank. What should we do with it? I think I want to make a shrimp tank out of it. Why not? That sounds fun. But don't forget, with these rimless tanks, you always need to put the mat under it. I never swim without one. All right, here's everything we're gonna need for the tank. So first off, got our nice little centerpiece. We got our substrate. Got a little LED light to hang on it. Got our plants, some Hardscape, and our little baby filter. That's all we need. Let's start assembling it. So now it is Hardscape time. I got this nice centerpiece. I actually got this first. This was the start of the tank right here, and then I actually picked the tank afterwards. So I'm thinking something like this, maybe towards the back, and then I got some rocks back here as well to fill in some more Hardscape. But let's see what looks good. I'm kind of just gonna play around, see where it should be. I think I kind of want it centered like that. Let's go for it. Okay, so. Like, oh, these are pretty big.
That's what she said.
All right, and now it is time to throw the Hardscape all around. So I did go through a lot of trial and error, like I said before with this. What looks good to me may not look good to you, but I like to go back and forth, kind of walk around the tank, see what I enjoy. It definitely took me a little while to do that, but I finally got it. And now it's on to the plants. I got a lot of different variety of plants, a lot of new ones I've never had. This one right here, first one, also known as dwarf hairgrass. Beautiful carpeting plant. It will cover that whole front very densely, and I love it because it does look like grass. I think it looks so cool, and when it actually grows in, it's gonna be a pretty sweet plant. Next, we got the tiger lotus. Now these are really cool. I've seen these in quite a few videos. Those leaves get nice and big, and they get really red, kind of stripy patterns like a tiger. So I'm really excited about that plant. Hope it goes well. This Anubis is the Gigantea version, which I didn't realize when I bought it, not gonna lie. So this might get a little too big for the tank. I don't know, we'll find out, but these ones do grow relatively large, but they do look beautiful. So here's me fumbling, trying to get it in those rocks. Next, we have the blue right here. I haven't had this plant before, but it did have a cool appearance of blue on the website. So I thought, hey, why not try something new? Throw a little blue plant in there. And then this one's basically similar, but it's green. So I thought, hey, that'd be a cool contrast. Let's throw the blue and the green, kind of see the differences in how they grow and basically how they mature overall. And then next I have the AR Mini. Now I've had this plant before. I think it's really nice. It's a low growing plant if you trim it enough, and it adds a really nice amount of red to the tank. So this ought to pop. I also put it on the right side of the tank that you can't see in the picture here, but I put it on both sides. This Bolbitis I think is sweet. It's type of like little baby fern, and I just love how the leaves look. I think ferns in nature and in general just look really nice, so that adds a really nice pop of green. This guy right here I feel like looks like a brittle star. Have you ever seen those in the ocean? A little brittle star, they're kind of like flat and long, just like that. So I thought that'd be a cool addition, see just kind of what happens with it. And then I put them flat in the back just to let them grow. And this last one right here is pretty sweet. It looks like it's green when it grows, of course. It's like green leaves and pink leaves. So it's kind of like a mixture of both green and pink leaves. So I think that'd be a really cool contrasting background with the red wood in the dead center. And it'll just add a really nice appearance to the whole tank. So here's everything, all nice. I moved that lotus to the left side, as you can see. I did a little finagling after. Like I said, it's never complete. It's always hard to choose exactly where you want everything. But I think this is where it's gonna be from now on. I did add a couple more rocks, just 3 little ones on the left side of this tank as well. But dang, do I think this looks beautiful, and I know the shrimp are absolutely gonna love this. They have a ton of space to roam. When the plants grow, they're gonna have a whole lot of places to eat off of and graze on. I'm very excited about this tank, it looks amazing. And now it's time to fill up the tank with my RO water. All right, time for light. So the guy just slides on in and screws to it. And this is cool because it moves, and it also has a timer. You can do different settings of brightness as well. I found this little tiny baby filter, super cheap, and it also even has a surface skimmer, so I'm curious to see if that works, but it'll be fun to find out. So I'm gonna put that on this side of the tank. All right, I'm gonna put some water in there. I already got some sponges lined up. See what we got. Come on.
Get to the chopper!
Filter, you got this. So that's pretty cool. Filter's working. Little tiny bit of flow you can see there. Barely coming out, and the surface skimmer actually looks like it works. So that's kind of cool. For such a cheap and little tiny filter, that's pretty sweet. That should clean up the tank pretty quick. Last but not least, got this little tiny heater. Just a 50-watt heater. It's like a pre-programmed one, I think to 78 degrees. So I'll put this somewhat next to the filter, so that way there is a little flow going by it, because I don't want it to be, you know, no flow and then it gets overheated. Huh, big heater. Heater's bigger than the fish tank.
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
Heater's on. Give it a few minutes to clear up. So if you want to know the secret to cycling the tank as fast as possible, it's right here. This is a filter sponge from one of my other tanks. So there's a whole lot of bioactive media in here. Whole lot of good beneficial bacteria. So I'm gonna literally squeeze this into the water. It's gonna make the water real dark and grody, but it will expedite all that beneficial bacteria and it'll make it more suitable for shrimp even faster. All right, let's do it. You ready? It's gonna look pretty grody. So although it looks like I'm making it dirty, I'm actually helping it quite a bit. All right, let's give this some time to clear out and then we'll come back in a few minutes, see how it looks. All right, so we are back. It is the next morning. So the tank is definitely clearer, still a little bit foggy. I topped it off just a little more water, so that didn't help the situation either. But it is looking better. This little tiny baby filter is doing its thing. It doesn't have a whole lot of flow, but honestly it doesn't really need to, because a lot of people in shrimp tanks don't even put a filter in anyway. So I just grabbed this little tiny guy and it seems to be working pretty well. I like it. Last thing with shrimp, I'm specifically gonna put some Caridina shrimp in here. So I wanna check the TDS of the water. Let's see what we got cooking. So they like it between, I believe, like 80 to 150. So let's see what we got. 110-ish. All right, 110, not bad at all. So it's about 110, so that's good. But if it wasn't, I do have this bee shrimp salt. So this is literally just salt that you add to the aquarium to raise the TDS and to mineral GH+. So I'll put that link in there as well. I'm not gonna add this right now because the TDS is high enough, but this is really good, as you can see, for those Caridina shrimp. That's what's pictured on the cover. And I also put it in my other fish tanks as well. But we're good here for right now. It's all right. Well, I am stoked how this tank turned out. It's not the cleanest right now. It does need more time to cycle, a few water changes. So hopefully, probably in about like 3 weeks, I'll be putting some shrimp in here. I'll make another video on that, so make sure you stay tuned for that. But otherwise, I like how it turned out. It looks really good. This little baby filter is doing its thing. I got the heater that's working. I don't love how bright the light is, but I don't know, we'll see that in the future. This little light, sweet little timer light, so that's easy. But overall, I think this would be a great little paradise for shrimp. I think they'll do really well in here. But anyway, I appreciate everyone for watching. This is Grant with Splash Tanks. Don't forget to tune in next time. Like and subscribe. I appreciate all of you. And as always, have a good one.